Military gypsy child I grew, with no roots of my own, quickly learned the ways of others, round whom I had been sown. Accent, Yankee, Mountain, Delta, Midwestern, North and South. What matter came from soul inside, not sounds from out their mouths. So blossom where you're planted and listen to life's call. If you learn from those around you, your light may shine on all. Friendships found in secret places, if your heart is open wide, where some might see a ragged boy, a prince may hide inside. I learned this truth when very young, the first love's blushing sheen, when welcomed to his modest home, was treated like his queen. So blossom where you're planted and listen to life's call. If you learn from those around you, your light will shine on all. Friendships found in many places, when you cast your circle bold, where some might miss a friend who young, or one who seems too old. I learned this truth in middle life, that time will touch us all, and friends of many ages share these journeys, vast and small. Blossom where you're planted and listen to life's call. If you learn from those around you, your light will shine on all. Friendships found when least expected, when you look beyond your eyes, past glasses, wheelchair, crutch, or cane, a comrade you may find. For different ways of getting round are really very small, and loving friends of many kinds enrich us one and all. Wild, on mountains steep, on river bottom lane, by desert dunes near rocky shoals, trees drenched in misty rain. In mansion vast or humble shack, wherever friends are found, friendship blooms where hearts are fertile soil, they root in any ground. So blossom where you're planted and listen to life's call. If you learn from those around you, your light will shine on all. Thank you, Candy. Good morning, everyone, on this cusp of fall equinox. It's feeling a little bit, even though it's still very warm, it's feeling a little bit like fall. I'm seeing colors change in the leaves, and I'm astounded by that. Welcome to the Carbondale Unitarian Fellowship, a member congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Association, sharing the good news of Unitarian Universalism with folks throughout the river region. Our good news is a message of love, freedom, reason, respect, and justice as the basis of religious community. I'm Linda Linsin, and I am a member of the Social Action Committee and the Congregational Connections Committee, and I am your Sunday services facilitator this morning. We are a congregation of open minds and hearts, all ages, all colors, all genders, all abilities, all kinds of wealth, all kinds of love. If you are a newcomer this morning, we welcome you. We're so glad that you're here. And those of you joining us in person, please take a moment to fill out the blue card. I don't know if we have your information, but we would love to be able to let you know all that's going on in our community throughout the weeks and months ahead. Whether you're here in person or online, we hope you'll stay for coffee hour after the service. Now I invite those of us who are online to select gallery view from the top right corner of your screen so we can wave at each other, connecting our congregation over space.
Good morning. It is good to be together. Online, in person, we are together. Last week, before I get to that, I should say, I'm Reverend Sarah Richards, minister at Carbondale Unitarian Fellowship. And just to kind of orient us this morning, last week we marked the beginning of a new church year, remembering our losses and celebrating achievements of the past year. Next week, we'll preview some of the social justice action we have ahead. There's a lot. Today, we pause to acknowledge the crucial need we all have individually and as a congregation to make space for rest and renewal in order to do the things that we are called to do, to be the people we are called to be. So let us begin with our chalice lighting, symbol of the chalice being the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. I invite you to light your chalice at home after the reading.
Our chalice lighting reading this morning is by Reverend Fulgence Ndagiyama. When strangers meet, endless possibilities emerge. New experiences, new ways of understanding, and new ways of taking action. When strangers meet, each pays special attention to the other. Each is called to serve something larger than the self. Today, this morning, let's light the chalice for openness, for willingness to grow, for rich curiosity, and for common purpose.
Linda has lit the chalice, and now, with intention, she puts a pebble in our bowl of water, letting that intention ripple out beyond this space, beyond all knowing. All are invited to do the same here or at home to mark a joy, a sorrow, any intention that you have during the musical parts of the service. So, as I was saying in the introductory part of our welcome, last week we marked the beginning of a new church year. And this is always a time that it's very easy to jump right in and start continue working away, especially our leadership. And again, today we're going to take the time to pause. So let me explain or remind people that Unitarian Universalist congregations are democratic, self-governing faith communities. We often think about what we can expect of our elected leadership, but today we're going to tell them what they can expect of us as we renew our commitment to and with them. First, introductions. I invite those trustees who are here in person to come up to the pulpit so everyone can see us. And while they're doing that, so come on up, Gilletta. A few were not able to join us, so we have photos. Our Board of Trustees President, Miriam Link Mullison. There she is. Our trustees, Charles Ruffner. And Nan Sorrells. And now, come on up, Gilletta, and oh, is Lorraine right here? Or is she on the, is she in? Planning to be here, so I don't have a photo of her. Next week, we'll point her out. How about that? Come on up, Gilletta. You can take off your mask just briefly so people can see you. Wave hi. Come on up, Roy. Come on up. Gilletta is our new treasurer on the board. Thanks. Trustee Roy Sumner. Secretary, whoever. And Amy and Roy are doing double duty today as AV hosts, so double thanks to you. Now we're going to read a pledge adapted from Reverend Kendall Gibbons. Linda and I are going to read this and representing the board. Okay. We, the members of this congregation, express to this congregation's Board of Trustees our gratitude for your investment in our community, our trust in your integrity and wisdom, our support of your leadership, and your enduring loyalty to the mission and vision of this fellowship. We pledge to do what is within our power to make your stewardship of our shared future an experience of discovery, accomplishment, and growth. If you agree with this pledge, please say, "We do." We do. Okay. Together, may we make this community a beacon of reason, compassion, and freedom, and a witness to the power of love and aspiration to make a better world. So thanks again to all of our new board members and past board members. When you see our new board members on the street or online, or maybe right this morning at Cuff, please take a moment to welcome and thank them. So now we've come to the time in our service when normally we'd sing our first hymn. But we're going to do the meditation on breathing, which can also ground us and prepare us for the time of sharing sorrows and joys. Folks here in person, I invite you to breathe along with the, no, it should be in the, okay, thanks. Yes, breathe along. And folks online, if you know the words, they're very simple, you can sing along too. So Andy and I are going to do this a cappella. Continue to breathe in and breathe out, making a space, a vessel of our breath and our hearts to hold the sorrows and joys, the pains and the gratitudes that we come with today. We begin with sorrows. We know that some come burdened this morning, and we open our hearts to you. If anyone has a sorrow, please, if you're online, you can raise your hand, unmute yourself. If you're here, you can raise your hand and just come on up. So here's, and please do introduce yourselves. Thanks.
I'm Candy Davis, and I have a profound sorrow today. My dear friend Christine Bauer, who's been up in Canada for many months, learned a couple of days ago that her son, Michael, had a massive, he collapsed. He's had some health problems over the years, kidney problems mostly, but he collapsed. He was unresponsive. He's hooked up to machines. He's brain dead, and they're going to turn off the machine tomorrow. So just keep Christine and her mother and Michael in your prayers and thoughts. And I have information if any of you would want to send a condolence card to Christine. I have her address up in Atikokan, and just message me on Facebook privately, and I'll give you that information.
What a hard, hard loss. Oh, I see another couple of hands. Go ahead, John.
Good morning, everyone. Ann Ray and I got news the last couple of days that Ann Ray's mother is entering hospice. South Dakota being South Dakota, that will start tomorrow. And we hope for a quick and painless end. She has stopped taking all medications, stopped eating, stopped drinking, and we believe the end is close, and just hope for as painless and peaceful a process as possible for her. Please keep her in your thoughts. Thank you.
We will, John, and we'll be thinking of Ann Ray, of course, and you as you travel to visit and with her mom, perhaps be there at that hopefully peaceful ending.
Thank you.
Go ahead, TK.
Hi, this is TK Kelly. My Uncle Patrick just went through his 3 days of stress testing to see if he can withgo a liver transplant. And it went well until the very end when they gave him something to, I guess it was like speed to make his body feel like it was exercising. And the effects are supposed to wear off within 2 hours, but he ended up in the ER for a couple days instead. They also said his MELD score was low, which in theory should be a good thing because it means his liver isn't what will kill him, but he might die of something else first. And so it's more likely for him to live if he gets a living liver transplant donor. And I don't even know if I'm the right blood type, but I'm gonna look into it to see if I can do it. But I think 1 in 100 people who donate that die. So I don't know, there's a lot going on, but thank you.
Oh, TK, we are holding you. You have not just a lot going on, but major decisions to make. And however we can support you in making those decisions, we will. We do. Is there anyone else here or online who wanted to share a sorrow or concern? Right. Whew. Let's take a deep breath together. As we exhale, we are not letting go of the sorrows and the anguish that we have heard and absorbed, kept in our vessel. We are simply exhaling to expand this space. Now we ask that those who have a gratitude or a joy in their lives to go ahead and share it now so that we may be lifted along with you. Great, come on down.
Gilletta Brandt again. My mother is having knee replacement surgery on Wednesday, so we consider it a joy. The doctor keeps telling her she won't be happy with him for the first few weeks, but she's got a very positive attitude, and she said she's been in pain for years, and a few more weeks with an end in sight is worth it. So at least hopefully this is a more positive spin on some of the medical issues going on. So.
Good luck to your mom. Come on.
Hi, I'm Jean Todd, and yesterday Jim and I celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary. It wasn't quite, due to COVID, it wasn't quite like we'd planned. I thought it would be, but it was a nice day. We just spent a quiet day with each other and then had a nice dinner last night.
Well, congratulations. That's wonderful. 50 years. Thank you.
Hi, Linda Linsin. I have a joy. I moved from one house to another in the last 2 weeks in Marion, and my daughter flew in from Washington State to help me. And she was like an Energizer bunny while I was like a slug in reverse. But we got it done. She's got all pictures hung, and now I'm just resettling clothing and things that shifted in the drawers, you know. So I'm very grateful for my sweet daughter who took her time to be with me. I'll get you the address.
Yay for family and friends who help with moves. That is love. That is true love. Gratitude. Do we have anybody online that wants to enjoy?
This is Debbie.
Go ahead, Debbie.
My joy is that I'm able to join you today. I have not done this on a Sunday service before. So, hi, everybody. I miss you. I love you. And I'm glad to be here.
It's great to have you here with us this morning, Debbie. That's wonderful. Martha, come on.
Morning. My name is Martha Shum. I just wanted to give a quick update on my dad. We got his pathology back last week from his surgery where they removed his kidney and parts of the top part of his bladder. It looks like from the pathology that all the cancer was gotten removed, and we're feeling very hopeful. And he's doing extremely well. He's a very, very active 91-year-old guy. So we're feeling good. He'll be back to golf in probably about 10 days or so. Yeah.
The season's not over. Yay. That is wonderful news, Martha. All right. Okay. I guess it's time for us to move to our moment of silence as we recognize all of the sorrows and the joys, all of the concerns, deep, deep concerns, as well as gratitudes that have been shared aloud, and also those that are kept within our hearts silently. We have lit candles, and now let us breathe together in a moment of silent prayer or meditation.
Just as we share our sorrows and joys in fellowship, we share our financial resources with the congregation as our circumstances allow. During the pandemic, some folks are experiencing hardship, others are relatively unaffected financially. We appreciate the generosity of spirit, time, effort, and money of all during these challenging times for the good works of the fellowship within the congregation and beyond. Your checks written to Cuff 105 North Parish Lane, Carbondale 62901 are much appreciated. Or now you can donate online via PayPal. The link is in the chat and the order of service email. And our recipient for Social Action Month of Sundays this month is the Unitarian Universalist Advocacy Network of Illinois, or UUANI. Checks can be written to Cuff with UUANI in the memo line, or if donating by PayPal, type UUANI in the notes section. We're not passing the baskets, but they are ready to receive your offerings as you exit the sanctuary after the service. All forms of offering are gratefully received. Please join me now in our unison offering reading, which is number 674 in the gray hymnal, and the words will be on the screen. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream.
Soaring neath our fiery sun, great dragon comes. Beware, attracted by its light, devours it giant bite by bite, till day becomes as dark as night. So beat the gongs, drive it away, so sun may shine another day. Take heed, enlightenment will rise, dragons no longer cross the skies. Another time, another place, new moon aligns quite near in space. Its humble shadow sweeps the way, and nightfall passes in the day, and at its peak coronal blaze. Scientists report opine with instruments of fine design. Beware, enlightenment can fade, the nations wax, the nations wane. When greed and arrogance prevail, and right suppressed and freedom fails, and scientific knowledge lost, indifference, ignorance, despair, eclipsing much of what we share. Enlightenment once more may rise, the winds of change will sweep the skies, past darkness dawning of the light, as humble shadow moves from sight, and from the phoenix ashes rise, a new enlightened brighter sky. Eclipses fleet and never stays, a world awakens, hope prevails. We shall rebuild, we shall not fail. We shall rebuild, we shall not fail. We shall rebuild, we shall not fail.
Thank you, Candy. Our reading this morning is A Recipe for Resilience by Reverend Margaret Weiss. This recipe has been tweaked over time, so adjust as necessary. Sometimes it yields more servings than anticipated. Sometimes it needs a bit more of this ingredient or that. It comes from generations who've gone before me, and I've added my own flavor along the way. A recipe for resilience. 1 part courage. 2 parts tears of failure and doubt. 1 part deep listening. 1 part each of both silence and laughter. A dash of trust. A pinch of wonder. A heaping scoop of naps and snacks. In a separate bowl, mix together family, friends, and those who challenge you to be your best self, those with whom you disagree. Add slowly to the larger pot. Add a bay leaf for, well, whatever it is bay leaves do, and let simmer for as long as you need, which is often longer than you realize or anticipate. Keep the heat at an even temperature, hot enough to cook throughout, but not so hot it burns the bottom. Can be served at room temperature, warm, or even cold if necessary. Serve alongside your favorite soft blanket, dog, cat, and other soft item. Make often, share with others. Hold on to the leftovers. You'll need them after a long day that challenges your soul.
Over the last several months, with the Delta variant surge killing hopes for a return to normal, with fires, floods, and hurricanes bringing the reality of climate change to every region of the globe, with the deterioration of political civility in our country continuing beyond the 2020 election, I have come to a realization, quite probably one you have too. We can't go on this way. The trauma and stress of living in these times is unsustainable over the long run if we don't embrace the possibility of doing things differently. There was a time when I thought, maybe you did too, that these calamities were aberrations, that in time I'd be able to rest, relax, and feel that I could get control over my anxiety and stress. I just had to keep going until then. My insight is that I must stop waiting for that nebulous future time of stability and make time and space for rest to regain healthy balance now during stressful times. Some of you know that I had originally planned to take my 6-month sabbatical, which is standard for Unitarian Universalist ministers after serving for 6 years. I was planning to take it in 2 3-month parts. The first to begin in April 2020. Great timing. I have never worked harder in my ministry than in those months I had planned to be on sabbatical. When we were scrambling to figure out how to do pastoral care and worship and have a functioning congregation when we couldn't be together in the same room. Looking back, I am so very grateful for the experience of going through this period of forced creativity and adaptation with all of you. I feel like we definitely had the first several ingredients in Reverend Weiss's recipe for resilience. 1 part courage, 2 parts tears of failure and doubt, 1 part deep listening, 1 part each of both silence and laughter, a dash of trust, a pinch of wonder, a heaping scoop of naps and snacks. Snacks definitely, for me, way more than necessary. But naps, I don't know about you, but I haven't taken enough naps to not feel tired pretty much every day. And I don't think that there are enough naps possible. I need to add something to the recipe, like checking in on my physical, mental, and spiritual health every day. That is my main goal for my now 6-month sabbatical, which begins in 3 weeks. I can't keep going like I have been, and I need to completely rebalance my daily schedule so that when I return to ministry, I don't just go back to the go, go, go until that moment when all is calm, all is bright, because it's not coming. I am going to do some things I haven't had a chance to do, like spend 2 whole weeks with my mom twice. I'm going to spend time with my sister in New Jersey for the first time since I began my ministry. Mike and I will be able to take a few longer than day trips with our dog Carter. I'll be able to put more quality time into my Spanish studies and beloved conversation virtual anti-racism course than I have been. But mostly, I'll be concentrating on building my resilience through spiritual practice, exercise, making music, and something really out there, listening to my body when it tells me to rest. Now, I know that I am very fortunate to have 6 months to embrace the possibility of rest and renewal. I so wish that everyone could be so lucky. But every one of us can take the time to reflect on what our personal recipes for resilience has been to get us this far, and then tweak it, make adjustments to it and to our daily routines to follow that recipe. So now I am going to read Reverend Weiss's recipe again, and then I invite you into a moment of silent meditation on your own recipe. So please relax, maybe roll your shoulders, getting tension out wherever it is in your body. Put your feet on the floor, grounding yourself. Just breathe deeply, slowly. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. A recipe for resilience. 1 part courage, 2 parts tears of failure and doubt, 1 part deep listening, 1 part each of both silence and laughter, a dash of trust, a pinch of wonder, a heaping scoop of naps and snacks. In a separate bowl, mixed together family, friends, and those who challenge you to be your best self, those with whom you disagree. Add slowly to the larger pot. Let simmer for as long as you need, which is often longer than you realize or anticipate. Keep the heat at an even temperature, hot enough to cook throughout, but not so hot it burns the bottom. Serve at room temperature, warm or even cold if necessary. Serve alongside your favorite soft blanket, dog, cat, or other soft item. Make often, share with others. Hold on to the leftovers. You'll need them after a long day that challenges your soul. Friends, I encourage you to think of your recipe often. Learn it by heart and share it with your loved ones. And I encourage you to think about what this fellowship's recipe for resilience is too. Earlier, I said that I thought we got many of the ingredients which made it possible for us to adapt and thrive even with great challenges. But we left out the resting part. Maybe we had to, but that hasn't been without cost. Our leaders are tired. Everyone's tired. It's not only me. One of the goals of our board this year is to restructure committee and teamwork, adjust goals and expectations to maintain our energy and resilience. This means building in rest, recognition, and celebration for individuals, groups, and the congregation as a whole. What other ingredients do we need? Friends, that is up to you. So these 6 months, we will be on parallel paths, you and I, both experimenting with our recipes, learning new ways of being, focusing on rest and renewal. I will so miss being a part of the congregation's journey, but I also look forward to setting down my ministry to strengthen myself in order to take it up again. And I'm really eager to come back in the spring to learn and share with you. Now, I will be here for the next 2 Sundays. I'm not gone quite yet, but for the time that we will be apart, I offer this prayer by Reverend Leif Seligman to you all, my beloved congregation. We pause in the stillness to rest for a moment, to quiet ourselves so that we can feel what stirs within us. Each breath draws us closer to the pulse of life. And with each exhalation, we make room for something new. May we find in this gathering the comfort of those who care. May we encounter patience along our growing edges and compassion in our most tender spots. Here, may we find the inspiration and encouragement we need to face our challenges and nurture others and ourselves. And in the presence of suffering across the globe, may we redouble our efforts to practice kindness where we are, with the hope that the light of our actions travels like the light of faraway stars. May our gestures of compassion and generosity seed possibility. May we travel humbly with one another, choosing reconciliation over resentment as we try to live right-sized. When life presses in and shifts us off balance, when pain assails us, when frustration mounts, may the rhythm of our breath steady us and bring us back to a place of gratitude. Amen.
There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Oh, you meet with the darkness and strife. The sunny side may also find you. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with the song of hope each day. Though the moment be cloudy or fair, let us trust in the Spirit each day, keeping everyone in our care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way if we keep on the sunny side of life. If we keep on the sunny side of life.
Oh, what a perfect ending, Candy. Thank you. A few announcements before closing. First, please be sure to read all of the announcements in the email that was sent this morning with the order of service. Here's one to highlight. Looking for joy? Come join our first roll-by visit of the church year this coming Saturday, September 25th. Bringing cheer to our most isolated elders is a guaranteed lift to everyone's spirit. Sunny side of life right there. Meet in the Cuff parking lot at 1:45 to pick up a map, a sign, or make your own. The convoy leaves at 2 p.m. If you need more information, Kathy O'Laughlin is the contact person. If you need a shot of community at any time of the week, just type in Carbondale Unitarian Fellowship in the YouTube search bar and browse through past services. I also would like to remind you that September is our food drive for Good Samaritan House, and it will continue all month. Drop off of non-perishable items can be done in the Cuff foyer before or after services, or during the office hours during the week if you're out and about and want to stop by. Now let's thank our musician, Candy Davis. Thanks to the multi-platform team AV hosts, Roy Sumner and Amy Weber, and Zoom host, Tabitha Ayers. Thanks to our greeter this morning, Mary Campbell. And thanks to all who were part of this service, which is each and all here together and online in fellowship. Newcomers, we're very happy you joined us this morning. If you'd like to know more about what's going on in the fellowship, 7 days a week, don't forget to fill out the blue welcome card. You can, it's a blue card, and you can fill it out and share it with the hostess who greeted you this morning, or any one of us here. We'll take it from you. So that's good. Put your contact information and any questions that you might have if you're online in the chat box. And we hope you'll all stay on after for conversation so that we can get to know each other better. We here in the congregation in person will exit and continue our conversations out in the commons. And those of you online, Tabitha is going to share with you some good chatter after the service.
So now is the time we'd normally sing our final hymn together. Instead, I'm going to sing to you a sung version of the benediction. So I invite you now, whether you're at home or here, to raise your palms to give and receive this blessing. You don't need to stand. You can if you want. But here we go. This benediction is adapted from Gaelic runes. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the infinite peace to you. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the infinite peace to you. Amen. Go in peace with love for justice.